Hey guys, so welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be testing the new popular team, which is Steelix, and Serperior. Hopping into the first battle, we have Steelix on the lead versus the Shadow Nidoqueen. Shadow Nidoqueen with Earth Power is something that we need to watch out for when you're the Steelix, because it can hit for a super effective damage. So we go instantly for the breaking swipe to apply the debuff instantly onto the Shadow Nidoqueen, so that the Earth Power, if it also lands, so I will be trying to catch the charge move on the Pelipper, hoping that it will be an Earth Power, but they decide to bait me with a Poison Fang in the situation, which is not good. So we draw out an Azumarill, which is really nice because I think this Azumarill might be running Hydro Pump. The reason why is there are a lot more like there's Steelix a lot, so that's the reason why Hydro Pump favorable to play rough or Ice Beam is something which they run. So we go for the Weather Ball, hoping to get the first shield of the game. We do get the first shield of the game, which is beautiful. And now this Azumarill is forced to throw energy, and likely an Ice Beam or play rough will be enough to knock out my Pelipper because of the Poison Fang debuff. And now I don't want to throw any energy, so I just go ahead and shield, whether if it's an Ice Beam, but no, they had Play Rough and Hydro Pump. So I'll come into the farm down, so they swap into an Abomasnow, and now I really banked 2 Aerial Aces and I swapped out, and Steelix here will really help me, and they are switch locked as well. So this Abomasnow can't do anything to the Steelix because Steelix is such a tank, and Abomasnow's moveset here with Energy Ball and Weather Ball is not threatening a Steelix. So Abomasnow used to be a good meta Pokemon back then, but due to the Steel type or the rise of the Steel type Pokemons like Steelix, I think the playing that meta for the Abomasnow is quite less in this situation. But still, really happy that somebody is using the Abomasnow, and now Abomasnow will be able to take my Steelix down. But the Serperior is loaded with energy, and there is nothing a lot this opponent can do now, because Aerial Ace will do get a shield in this situation against the Nidoqueen, because it will anyway knock it out from the health range where it is. And now I go for the Frenzy Plant for the 100% knockout. So really good game by my opponent. It was not where the set I would back and forth. It was just a simple, smooth gameplay, which was really nice. So hopping into the second one, we have Steelix on the lead versus the Frostlass. So Frostlass, okay, they just bailed out into the Medicham, and I was a little late on the swap, which is absolutely not good from my side. So this Medicham is now built up to the Psychic, and we need to respect that. So I do respect and give up a shield on the Psychic. I build up to the Hurricane and throw the Weather Ball, hoping to get the first shield of the match. But let us see what's gonna happen. The Medicham decides to not throw the shield straight away, so which is really good. So they caught the bait, which is beautiful. Now I force her to throw another Weather Ball into the Medicham, which is not at all good. And I guess it is an Ice Punch, but no, this Medicham is stored a lot of energy, and they go for the Psychic, and they will be able to take the switch advantage from me. So I come in with the Steelix once again, and in the back it's a Galarian Stunfisk, which is not at all ideal, because now the Frostlass is gonna align to my Serperior and the Steelix on the Galarian Stunfisk. Let us see, do we land the Earthquake? Boom, we do land the Earthquake, which is beautiful. We swap into the Serperior straight away, and we're gonna be shooting these Aerial Aces because it's gonna do some chip damage onto the Frostlass, and Frostlass decides to let it go. And my win con here is with the Serperior, because Serperior resists all the Mud Shot, the Rock Slide, the Earthquake from the Galarian Stunfisk in the back. So, but we need to watch out for the avalanches, but I decide to let it go because I thought Steelix was my win con here, but they have back to back. I should have shielded there and should have caught the next move on the Steelix. But anyway, I was pretty hoping that I could be able to take the Stunfisk, but Stunfisk is still in a really good situation where I do know that it was a Rock Slide shield bait. But in this situation, I think I got little outsmart by my opponent here, because I still had a shield and I should have used it on my Serperior instead of my Steelix. So it was a good game. You can't do anything more about that. But hopping on to the third one, we have Steelix on the lead versus Altaria. Now this is a very positive matchup, and they do swap out into a Galarian Stunfisk in this situation, but I decide to stay in, and I even go for a breaking swipe, which is a mistake. I should have swapped instantly onto my Serperior, because Serperior does really well against the Steelix, and in this situation now I think they build up to the earthquake. I decide to give a shield, but it was a rock slide, which is eventually not good as well. And now I swap into the Serperior, banking a breaking swipe. Serperior resists every move, rock slide, earthquake, everything from the Galarian Stunfisk, but rock slide is neutral, but due to the breaking swipe debuff, it's not doing as much as damage. But this Stunfisk is getting my Serperior very low, and I go for the frenzy plant. If this lands, it's gonna almost nearly one-shot the the Stunfisk, pardon me. So we're gonna be going for the farm down, but the Serperior is very low. So Altaria is going to come in, so we go straight away for the aerial ace in this situation because it does quite a bit of chip damage, which is really needed for me right now in the situation. So we somehow took the switch advantage back, and now the Altaria is locked with the Steelix, and we go for the breaking swipe straight away, hoping to get the first shield of the game. Or yeah, okay, we do get the first shield of the game, which is absolutely good. In the back there's a Jellicent. Now I go for the breaking swipe because to lower the attack of the Jellicent, and I swap into the Pelipper because now a Shadow Ball will be not threatening from the Jellicent due to the debuff of the breaking swipe. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just let it go, even though it's a Shadow Ball. It's fine, it does a good chunk of damage, but not to threaten. And now if this Hurricane lands, it's all over for my opponent because they are not in a good situation. So I know Steelix is my win con, so I don't Pelipper. Sun is sharp, it's got the Jellicent absolutely low, and they go for the Bubble Beam, which is not ideal as well. So now in this situation, I'll go for Weather Ball straight away. The reason being, it does any chip damage in this situation is very useful for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here and come in with the Steelix, decide. Okay, in this situation you don't need to shield as well. Moonblast, Dazzling Gleam, Dragon Pulse, everything is resisted, but I do give up a shield. It's okay, we still had a shield, and we go for the breaking swipe for the kill, and that's the really good game for my opponent once again. So I was a little bit stranded on the beginning because I was not in a situation where I really wanted to take the switch back from my opponent. So it was a really good game. So hopping on to the fourth one, we have Steelix on the lead versus a Lantern. Now Lantern is a pretty good Pokemon. It does really well. I mean, the fish, the sparkling fish, really does good across the meta here against the Steelix as well. So I decide to give up a shield, and I build up to the earthquake, and next minute I throw the breaking swipe because one, to get the shield to threaten that I have earthquake. Beautiful, we do get a shield, and I go for double breaking swipe here because now it lowers the attack of the Lantern, and the serves will do eventually less, so that I can get another breaking swipe off and completely farm down with Steelix. I know Serperior does good against the Lantern, but so they do swap into a Steelix, so I swap into the Serperior because Serperior with Frenzy Plant does a lot of damage to the Steelix because it takes neutral damage. Breaking Swipe is just not threatening because Serperior is so bulky, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw a Frenzy Plant straight away because I don't want to get debuffed once again. So Frenzy Plant is coming through, and Steelix decides to let it go. A good chunk of damage there, but still Steelix is able to get another breaking swipe off. This is what makes Steelix so deadly, the breaking swipe addition to the Steelix. Steelix is already a bulky Pokemon, and you give it a breaking swipe to make it even more bulky. It's absolutely, I mean, ridiculous, right? Sometimes. So I go for another Frenzy Plant here. I go for the Aerial Ace to get a shield at least from my opponent because or else they lose the switch. So we do get a shield, which is beautiful, and I will now come in with my own Steelix, and I instantly go for the breaking swipe to take down my opponent's Steelix, and which is beautiful. And now the Lantern does decide to come back in. You do remember I have the Serperior for the safe swap, or the sacrificial swap for the later gameplay. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw the breaking swipe instantly because I'll be able to get to another breaking swipe, even though they hit me with the surf here, which will be not be able to enough to knock me out because of the breaking swipe debuff. And think I can get another breaking swipe in time, which we do, and it is beautiful. Gligar in the back, Pelipper can easily take it because Aerial Ace is something which is not threatening, and with the debuff of the breaking swipe, it's gonna do really good. So Pelipper here is gonna take me this game because the Gligar is just very low, and it's been hit with the breaking swipe to make its attack even more devastating. So we're gonna be just wing attack it down, and they do know it's game over and they surrender, which is beautiful. So I did pretty good 2 sets with this team. I won, I think it was even, I believe. I won 7 or 6, I don't know. But all out were a pretty close game. So really good in this situation. So what I'm going to do is Sableye on the lead in the next game. Sableye is a pretty good Pokemon. Do try it out. And I have a Sableye. I will make a video about the Sableye if I have to, because now seeing a lot of Steelixes and Charmers like Alolan Ninetales, I guess I don't use Sableye that much. So foul play is gonna come through, which is beautiful. And what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go instantly for the breaking swipe for the much neutral damage here. And in the back there's a Alolan Sandslash, and this Alolan Sandslash is a big threat for me. I thought it's an Ice Punch, but no, they had enough for the Drill Run. Okay, Alolan Sandslash, talk about a core breaker. Oh my god. Pelipper is going to come in, so I'm going to force to throw the Weather Ball here, because Weather Ball does a good neutral damage because of the Steel and Ice typing there on the Sandslash. We do get a shield in the situation, and Ice Punch. Now the thing here is, they will not go for Drill Runs, and even though if I try to catch it on my Serperior, it's still gonna hit super effective for me. So I need to get this Alolan Sandslash very low on energy so that I can get something out of it. So they throw another Ice Punch. I decided that I will get to another Weather Ball in time, but no, the Alolan Sandslash gets. But unfortunately they didn't make it to another Ice Punch, and in the back there's a Mandibuzz. Talk about another core breaker. So Alolan Sandslash and Mandibuzz, okay, they just lock my Serperior down. There's nothing lot more I can do in this situation, because Mandibuzz is just so tanky, and even it has a shield as well. And Aerial Ace, I am doing a very neutral damage, but they are doing a super effective damage to my Serperior because of the grass typing. So there is nothing more that I can do in this situation. Just give it a good fight. My opponent played it well. GG's for me. But do try it out. This is a really good team. Pelipper, but you need to watch out for Alolan Sandslashes, and there likely a possibility where Mandibuzz will be in the back, where the Serperior gets hard locked, like in this situation. So it's a really good game. I think that was the last battle. No, we do have another one. Superb. So hopping into the next one, or let's say the last one. So Steelix on the lead versus Shiny Mew. Really good flex to my opponent. So I'm gonna be dragon tailing this Mew down, and we go instantly for the breaking. So Mew can have any type of charge moves, like a flame charge, grass knot, wild charge for that matter, even surf as well. I don't know what this Mew is running, so it's running grass knot in this situation, which does quite a bit of neutral damage, which is nice. And I go for the CMP tie, but I lose the CMP tie against the Mew here. So I'm gonna just let it go, and I commit to the farm down. No, because of the CMP tie, we need to throw the breaking swipe down now, which is okay. Mew just okay, did hang on with an HP and a Dream, and in the back it's a Talonflame. So we do get to another breaking swipe in time, so which now lowers the attack of this Talonflame, and we're gonna be coming in with the Pelipper, because Talonflame is a big threat to my backline, especially when I have a Serperior in the back. Another Pokemon that you need to fear off when you're running a Serperior, and the Steelix core. And they have Hurricane, which is okay. That was a good shield, because if I had let that go, it's game over. That's all. Talonflame is gonna sweep me. So I'm gonna go for another Weather Ball, and they do want to catch the Weather Ball on the Bastiodon, but now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come in with the Serperior, and it's still a tough game because Flamethrower does do super effective against my Serperior. So I need to land another, even 2 Frenzy Plant. I don't think it's enough to knock out a Bastiodon because it's just so tanky. So what I'm gonna do here in this situation, I know that Bastiodon gets to the Flamethrower and it's gonna take my Serperior down, but remember, Talonflame, in order to take my Pelipper down, it needs to land a Hurricane. It does not have a Brave Bird. So I guess they're one fast move away. If I'm not wrong, they're one fast move away from another Incinerate. So I will be also one fast move away, but Wing Attack is a lot faster than the Incinerate, so we get to there in time, which is so beautiful. And now we're gonna take this Talonflame down. So with that, we're gonna wrap this up. So really good set of battles. So do give it a try and do subscribe, share, and I'll see you in the next video.